Hey guys, welcome back to TacNTrack. I'm Brad.
And I'm Gil. Today we're going to be talking about the Chiappa 1873 22 caliber. These are great little guns. So good, had to get two of them. And I'm glad I did. We'll tell you more about that in a minute. We always rate our guns in 5 categories. The first one's going to be value, and you can't beat it on value.
You can't beat it on price.
You can't beat it on price. So these MSRP are like $185, but you could find them for like 120 bucks.
And that's about as cheap as you can buy a gun.
That's as cheap as you can buy a gun, and these are full size, full frame. When I pick up this one and either the Vaquero or the Uberti here, the only difference in feel between the two is this is a 4-inch barrel or 4 3/4, where those are 5.5-inch barrels. So really a great option if you're looking for a cheap 22, something you can shoot all day long and not spend that much money. This is the gun to get. You can use it to practice your draw, getting on target, anything you want to practice for a single action shooter society. This is a great option that'll save you a lot of money versus using your 357s or 45 long Colts. So for value, we're going to give this one a 3.7, which is very high. It's the highest out of all of our revolvers. And Brad, just for a second opinion, tell me what you think.
Yeah, so I'm not a revolver guy. There's no secret in that. But these are incredibly fun to shoot. For what you can buy one of these for, I mean, you really can't go wrong. I mean, let's be honest, you can buy 9 of these for the same price as the Vaquero, right? So really, really good value. And one of the main reasons why is it's cheap. It's relatively good in most categories. I mean, the finish level's acceptable, all that kind of stuff. And when we always talk about value, we usually talk about resale. But to be honest with you, they may not appreciate, but they're not going to go down because they are so cheap. I mean, You really can't go down from here as far as, what it's worth. I think it will retain its value fairly well. You can't argue with how cheap it is.
I think you can use this in a trade better than you can to sell it. I mean, I think if you were $500 away from a deal on something, you say, you know what, let me throw in this gun. You can probably get a lot more for it than the $120 you paid for it.
Well, and I feel like anybody who looks at these and aren't familiar with these is going to assume it's worth a lot more than maybe it really is. I mean, I definitely think it's worth the money. And if this is something that's on your list and you're watching this video to decide, do I want to buy one of these? I think the short answer is, yeah, for the price point, it's an easy decision.
And Chiappa makes some great revolvers. I know they make this in 38 Special and 17 HMR and 45 Long Colt. I can't speak to those higher calibers for this one, but for the 22 long rifle and certainly the 17 HMR, I'm sure is a fine pistol as well. Highly recommend the Chiappa. Our next category is going to be ease of use. Brad?
It's a revolver. Revolvers are inherently easy to use. The single actions particularly are easy to use. I've got no real gripes on how easy they are to use.
No, I mean, it operates the same exact as all of these here.
Well, the hammer.
The hammer's a little bit different, and this one is like the Uberti in that you do have to have it half-cocked in order to rotate the cylinder. However, you do have a flat hammer like the Vaquero rather than the exposed firing pin that you get out of the Uberti. So really, as far as easy use goes, it's not like the bar keep where you have to have an additional plunger. This one has your plunger here to push the rounds out for you. So you're not going to load it particularly fast, but you have everything you need contained in this one package. So for ease of use, we're going to give this one a 4 out of 5.
One of the things that could have done better on ease of use here is the sights. The sights aren't particularly easy to use. That's indicative of all of these. It's a single action thing.
Yeah, and it's
So-
accurate representation of what you would get on even a Colt. You know, an original Colt is going to have sights just like this. They're groove and blade style. Any other style sight on a revolver doesn't look right, in my opinion. So it's the right sight to have. That being said, they're not great.
Right. So after ease of use, we're going to talk about reliability. And they are 22s, right? 22 LR is inherent to have some issues with the quality of ammunition that's out there. With that being said, I haven't had any reliability issues related to anything other than ammunition, and really it tends to set off ammunition better than most other 22s.
This is where I'm going to have to argue with you. And the reason why our reliability score is so low, unbeknownst to Brad, my other one here, you'll notice, if I pull the hammer back on this one, it rotates the cylinder. This one broke. The pawl inside there that spins the cylinder is broken, so once it's in the half-cock position, it can go either way and does you absolutely no good because you can't clock it into position properly.
Yeah, that's absolutely no good.
Yes. So for the price point, I can see where you may run into a reliability issue, and that's why our score is so low for this one at 2.1. Prior to that issue, I'd had no problems, and I'm really tough on these guns. They're the ones that I practice with at home even. I hate to admit that I do that, but I do practice my draw out of my gun belt, and these are the guns that I use to do it, so I don't accidentally drop one of these. And these feel the same in the hand as those, so they're perfect for that. But I am a bit rough on them, and this one has taken a hit due to that. I haven't popped it open yet to see if something just fell out of place. Either way, it's not operational at the moment. So we're going to give this one a reliability score of 2.1. Did you have something to say?
Sometimes I guess you get what you pay for,
Yep.
but even adding the 2 price points together, I still think it's a decent value.
I do too. Particularly when in the same price category for 22 or 22 mag is the barkeep. I'm going Chiappa all day long. This one hasn't failed on us yet or broken. The barkeep hasn't. I'd take the broken one over that barkeep.
Well, one of the reasons the barkeep may not have failed on us yet and the Chiappas have is we shoot the Chiappas a lot.
Yeah.
That thing's like a contagious disease. I'd rather have the LCP, and we did a review on all these guns and the LCP. That's just not something that we shoot a whole lot, so that may have led to some of our failures here. It's just how much we shoot them.
Yeah, I mean, we put tons of 22 through these. Now you have to do it 6 at a time or 12 at a time if you've got 2 of them, which is a lot of fun, but you will spend some time reloading. That being said, I was a little disappointed when one of these broke. I wasn't that surprised, but I was disappointed.
Yeah, at that kind of price point, you can't be surprised at a failure.
Yeah. So our next category is fun factor, and that's where these really shine, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, they are an absolute blast. It's no secret I'm not a revolver guy. I had so much fun with these the first time we took them out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could have sat there all day long, filmed or done for the rest of the day, but I would have certainly enjoyed my day with, a big brick of ammunition and 2 of these. I would have had a blast. They're a lot of fun to shoot.
Yeah, and if you like to customize, I don't know how much customization you can really do on these, but grips are about $10. These come originally with black grips. I put white ones on there because they were $10, and I just wanted to see what it would look like, and then I never swapped it back to black. I kind of like the white and black together. They're cheap plastic. You can hear it, but they do give you some good grip. They are fairly well checkered, so that brings our fun factor score to 4 out of 5.
Pretty good score, especially for low capacity 22.
Yep, but 4 out of 22, It's really hard to beat this unless you've got maybe that Colt Walther 1911.
Yeah, that Colt Walther 1911's a blast. We did a video on that and the Browning 1911 and 22 as well.
Yeah.
So if you're in the market for a 22 and you want to look at something besides these, go check out those videos too.
Yep. So our next category and final category is accuracy. Now, up close, these are great. From distance, we tried taking some 50-yard shots, and with the Colt Walther 1911 that we were just talking about, with a similarly sized barrel and the same round, you can hit 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 on the plate.
Yeah.
0 out of 6 for these. I tried and I could never get it on the plate at 50 yards, but at 20, 25 yards, they'll hit every time.
Yeah, and I mean, for this kind of price point, you really shouldn't be expecting the accuracy level of 50-yard plate hits with a 22 caliber pistol. Well, the Walther's not much more expensive than this, and it was able to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean,
It's about the same price as both of those.
yeah, it's about $180 for that, and you can find these for $120. So really not too much difference
Well,
in
you
price
paid
there.
$180, but you can't buy them for that today.
That's true. You can't buy them for that today. That's right. So, yeah, for 2 of those, you could have the Colt.
But really, I mean, the accuracy level is decent for what you paid, right? Don't expect these to be out there running with, a high-end 1911. It's not going to happen. But they're more than accurate enough for their price point.
Oh, yeah.
And for what they are. Quite impressive. Really impressive in the accuracy score.
Yeah. So that gives us an overall score for these guns of a 3.24 or 3.2. I guess we won't go to that third digit. That's our third highest on our list of the revolvers that we've got here. Not surprising because it's 22. These larger caliber guns are better in a lot of ways. Particularly at this price point, though, 3.2 out of 5 is really not bad.
Yeah.
I highly recommend one of these. And we've got plenty of video for you to see of us shooting these, including some ridiculous fanning, which is super easy on these. That we're going to put up for you to watch. So thank you for watching us today here on TacNTrack. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, guys.